Good morning. Today is Wednesday, February 3rd, and I hope all of you have been keeping yourselves safe and keeping well. As you know, today the Kent County Health Department continues to announce a decline in the number of positive cases for COVID. And that's really good news, and that's all across the county. And that also includes the Rockford area and the residents as well. Our parts per trillion our parts per 100,000 continue to drop. And so that's all good news. I think it's important for me to emphasize that we are continuing to practice our safety protocols that we started last March, a year ago, practically, and that we'll continue to do so. So the wearing of face masks, the washing of hands, as much as possible, the social distancing will continue until we believe, or we're told by the health professionals, that some of those protocols can end, but I don't see that happening for a while. It's also good news, of course, that the governor has allowed restaurants to open up to 25% capacity, but they've allowed that to happen. So it seems like we're moving in the right direction when it comes to the reduction of cases, positive cases of COVID. While the hybrid that we have been in at grades 6 through 12 has been well received, but it's only 40% for students to be in the classroom with their teachers during 1 week. And we all know that the teaching and learning modality that's most effective is students with teachers in the classroom. And because the number of positive COVID cases have been dropping, and because we believe we can keep our students safe and our teachers safe and our support staff safe, that we have moved last Monday to face-to-face teaching and learning for grades 6 through 12. And we'll be monitoring that very carefully to make sure that we continue to keep students safe. We do know, of course, that we've been for the last month face-to-face with our elementary students and teachers in grades K through 5. And it has gone very well. Oh, yes, we've had a couple classrooms that had to be quarantined because a student in a particular classroom was ill and did have tested for COVID and so forth. But otherwise, it's been very successful at the elementary school level, and we believe it can be so at the high school level as well. But as I said, we'll continue to monitor 6 through 12. If the numbers should begin to spread as far as positive cases, I have no problem moving back to the hybrid model if we have to. And I've heard some concerns about moving back and forth into different models. But please keep in mind, this pandemic is not consistent. There's no opportunity to see that it stays consistent. It will change, and we have to be willing to change with it. There's nothing more that can be done except to be flexible and with the priority of keeping people safe, but also to provide the opportunity for students in a learning environment in which they can be most successful. Another very positive thing is our staff in the Rockford Public Schools continues to be vaccinated. When the vaccine was available, we immediately and aggressively contacted the Kent County Health Department to make sure that our staff members who want to be vaccinated can be vaccinated. And right now we have a very large number, well over 500, that has been vaccinated are scheduled to be vaccinated. And quite frankly, that's because we worked hard with our Kent County Health Department to make that happen. In fact, even I received my first dose of vaccine. And while I'm in my early 70s, as far as age is concerned, I had no reaction to the first shot. And I anticipate with the second dose, it'll be the same. I want to also let you know that if we have to quarantine a student, our students, either elementary or middle school or high school, that the number of 14 days has been reduced by CDC and by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and our Kent County Health Department to 10 days rather than 14 for students to be quarantined. And if a student needs to be quarantined because of a COVID-related incident, we will place that student that has to be quarantined for 10 days. We will place them on our Google Meet teaching and learning model. That's what we have been using with our secondary students when it has been the hybrid system. So the same approach that we've used the month of January for our secondary students, those that are quarantined because of COVID-related cases, will in fact be able to go on Google Meet and continue to learn with their peers who are in the classroom. I want to talk just briefly about co-curriculars. As you know, we have been in a situation where our winter sports, contact sports, such as wrestling, basketball, competitive cheer, are in fact being asked, directed to delay the competition in their sport for 3 weeks. I believe it's February 21st. And while I can understand our health professionals' concerns, we have proven in the post-tournament play in girls swim and dive and in football that we do have the protocols in place that in fact will keep students safe. In fact, with all the protocols that we use during the post-tournament play for fall sports, we in fact had 1 positive case during that time. And this across the state of Michigan, all the high schools that were involved in post play, 99% of those students did not develop a positive symptom of COVID. So we've asked our state lawmakers and we've asked our governor and the Department of Health and Human Services to please take a look at these numbers, because it was a pilot program for the fall sports and the protocols that high schools used worked. And we need to take that same set of protocols and apply them to the winter sports. And that's what we want to do. And that's what we're working hard to communicate with the lawmakers and with our health professionals about that. I can't tell you how proud I am of our jazz band that performed last Saturday at the high school auditorium under strict health protocols. And our parents of the jazz band were able to be seated in the auditorium to watch their son or daughter perform. Significantly social distanced. Our Beyond the Rock program video live streamed the program as well. It was an incredible performance and an incredible display of talent. And you may go to YouTube and check on that performance as well if you choose to see it. We had a lot of people watching it live streamed. I congratulate our jazz band and Colin McCarthy, the director, and our parents. And it's incredible work and incredible talent. And I congratulate you. Finally, I wanted to talk briefly about summer school. We are in the process of developing a summer school program. It will be robust. It will be available to elementary students, middle school students, and high school students. At the elementary and middle school level, it'll focus on language arts, reading, and mathematics. At the high school level, we will, of course, address those issues as well, but focus also on credit recovery. We will offer this program tuition free for parents, for their children, and we will make it'll be a strong, robust program, as I said, in order to work with any student learning loss that students experience and so forth. So that will be available, and you'll get more information on that as well. We are certainly looking to our State House and State Senate and our governor as they work through this process of funding, because there are federal dollars that are coming from Washington to the local states, including Michigan, that will certainly help pay a tuition-free summer school program. And I encourage you, if you so desire or feel comfortable, in contacting your elected officials and letting them know it's important that those federal dollars get distributed from the Lansing to the local school districts. But you'll hear more information on the summer school program certainly by towards the end of April. So that's about it, what I want to talk about today. I hope it's been informative for you, and I certainly wish you have a very safe and productive week. And I'll see you next Wednesday on February 10th. Thank you.